What's the biggest lesson from Joker that has not only changed you, but you can carry forward to if you were to ask to speak at a film school?
Yeah. So what's the biggest lesson I took from Joker or making Joker that I would pass on to filmmakers? I think that there's two things. I think one, to really push yourself and take chances and to just not take the conservative route. So I think one, I kept the movie very simple in a lot of ways, but every day and every time we set to do a scene, I just made a conscious effort to like not hold back and to, it's easy. You take some risks when you're young, and then you get opportunities in which the movies get bigger, and sometimes you're under time constraints in which you have to go back to like a thing you've done before in a way that can be somewhat repetitive but also conservative. And I think if you can find opportunities to just be as risky as you can be and to take chances, I think the payoff will be great. And I think that's something I'd take away for sure. And also, when you think about what, yeah, it also will, the movie also was an experience for me where I'd have a lot of conversations between me, Todd, and Joaquin about which direction we should go. Sometimes it was like photographically, sometimes it was with the character, sometimes it was with the story. And because I've worked with Todd 6 times, I was involved in some of those more intimately than perhaps some cinematographers would be. And I think what I came across was sometimes I was right in my opinion, and sometimes I was wrong. Same thing with Todd and Joaquin, they were sometimes right. And so I think between the three of us, I recognized that all those conversations, and sometimes they were arguments and sometimes they were heated, I recognized that like, you're gonna be right sometimes and you're not gonna be right sometimes. And so it's really important to have a point of view and fight for that point of view, but also recognize that you may not be right. And that that's always and so just don't be so arrogant or self just like don't feel that if you're shot down in your opinion or whatever direction you think, that suddenly it's not the right thing for the movie, because it may well be, and you just can't see it yet. So I think it was like just a little bit of an experience to recognize that that there are a lot of different choices you can make in a movie, and the collaboration, I think, is the most important thing, and that each opinion has its own, has really valid sort of pros and cons,
What's been the most rewarding thing to happen to you from making Joker?
I mean, I think I went to Camera Image for the first time, which is this film festival in Poland that celebrates cinematography. And I'd known about it for years within the cinematography community. It's like the Mecca where you go and it's filled with just all the cinematographers from across the world that will bring their films of the year. It shows just about all the great films of the year over the course of the sort of the week-long festival. And I was lucky enough to be in competition in the film in this festival with like 13 other films that were vying for like these frogs, like the Golden Frog, which is like the best film of the year from a cinematography standpoint. So experiencing that festival, which was such a joyous experience of being with other cinematographers and filmmakers and film students and camera people from across the world, and just celebrating film and also celebrating more specifically cinematography, that was one of my finest experiences I've had in many, many years, which was amazing. And being able to do some seminars and be on a jury and talk to so many young filmmakers who just are excited about making movies was awesome. And that the fact that Joker was in competition allowed me to go, but also and so that experience was wonderful. And then Joker ended up winning the Golden Frog, so that was icing on the cake. So that was amazing. That wouldn't have happened without Joker for sure. Yeah, and then that would be it.
So just feeling like I'm in my element here. I'm
Just
amongst.
like, I mean, I always wanted to go to Camera Image, so it was more a function of I would have probably gone, anyway without the film. But obviously having the film there and being able to show it to all my peers and have it play there and experience that was certainly wonderful and came because of Joker. So that was pretty great. Yeah, and I wasn't, because I was working and shooting a movie, I wasn't able to go to Venice, which I would have loved to have gone. I remember going to Venice as just a tourist and staying in the hotel where they have the Venice Film Festival and being like, God, this feels like old Hollywood. Like, how great would it be to have a film at the Venice Film Festival? And I remember after that vacation, which was before we made Joker, it was right before we made Joker, that vacation where I went to Italy with my son, I remember saying to Todd, man, how cool would it be if Joker could play at the Venice Film Festival? And then it went and played at the Venice Festival and won the Golden Lion, which was bonkers. So for Todd, it was like, not only did it get to play there, he got this same experience of like winning the top prize there. And so that must have been amazing for him. So not having that experience, the Camera Image was like my version of that. Yeah.